there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on Vancouver Island in Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday, January the 17th, 2024. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe. I woke up this morning, this beautiful sunlight's coming through the window, and I took a look outside and I thought, wow, there's snow on everything. There was like 12 inches of snow on rooftops, in the trees, on the roads, and we were expecting a downfall of snow, but we weren't sure how much. And I thought I'd jump in and check on the work website whether there's any closures or disruption to the day for me to go to work. And certainly there was a message on the homepage saying that I did not need to go into work today. It was unsafe and it was considered a snow day. So I've had 4 of them since I've been living in this small community. This is the first one for 2024. And what it is like we're such a small community that doesn't have the infrastructure of snow plows to clear the roads instantly. We need to kind of catch up on the downfalls of snow, and that's what we're doing right now. So we're catching up and plowing those streets, making it safe. So I'll probably go to work tomorrow. So what better opportunity than to come to the fun room and talk some yarn with my friends on YouTube. So I thought I'd do a recording and show a box of yarn that I got from Joann's. It's been with me for a while, but before I get going on that, I want to welcome anyone who's new to the channel and let them know as well that I've set the channel up to talk about all of my yarning adventures in knitting, crocheting, and I do dabble sometimes in dyeing of yarn. And for those of you who are coming back and returning, I want to say thank you. I appreciate all the support that you give the channel. I read the comments in the last video that I dropped maybe 4 days ago, and it was all to do with the hashtag No Shades of Grey by Hobby. It's a challenge that they presented to us and invited me to talk about on the channel. And it goes from the 15th of January, which was a couple days ago, and it'll go to February the 23rd, 2024. So I want to say thank you for the comments that I got and about that yarn. Oh, I've been using it because that yarn arrived to me a few weeks back. I've had a chance to work with it and I've got some projects on the hook and the needles, and I'm eager to show and tell all more about it in February sometime. I'm not sure when, but give me a few more weeks and we'll talk about it then. Before we get going talking about the yarn, let's take a look at what Hank, my man form, is wearing. He's wearing a finger weight knitted cowl. I concocted it up 2 years ago and I was practicing my Fair Isle knitting continental and my English sewing at the same time when I was working the rounds. So on the outside, I've got the pattern color work, and to encapsulate all of the floats on the back of that, I enveloped it with an interior of stockinette in the one colored yarn, just to kind of give it that security and extra thickness on days like today. So it blocked out really lovely, and I do like wearing it because it's nice and warm. So let's start looking at the yarn, shall we? It came from Joann in this box, and I think it may have taken 3 weeks because there was a sale and lots of people were buying these yarns. So there was a bit of a backlog from getting it shipped out. But I did get it about 2 weeks ago, and it's been sitting here and I've been dying to show you the yarn. Now, there are 2 collections in here, and what I like about Joann when they ship is that they put it in a protective slip like this bag here, and it's not just yarn floating around in a cardboard box. It is protected, so if there's rain or there's any damages, you've got something to cover so that the yarn doesn't get dirty or wet. Thought that was a nice kind of touch. I got 2 collections to show you, and to make it super easy on the cost of each of these, they all cost the sale price of $4.99 Canadian. So my setting on the Joann account that I have online is done to Canadian dollars, and I have a feeling that the sale is still on, so you might be able to find some good deals at Joann's. I'm not affiliated, so just wanted to flag that they do have something going on right now. I'm not sure whether it's the same yarns, perhaps it is, but for us up in Canada, $4.99 a ball. That's pretty cool. So the first collection that I purchased is the Big Twist Carousel. Look at that yarn. Holy smokes. Can I get it to the camera so you can see it without that sunlight? Ah, that's probably as close as I can get it. But look at those duotones. Ah, it's amazing. I absolutely love this yarn. Now, softness factor, I always give it a rating out of 5. This is probably slightly a little higher than average, so I'm going to give it a 3.25. It's similar to the yarns that you might find like Premier Puzzle or maybe a Lion brand. Not sure whether they have something that's sort of like the puzzle yarn, but this is their big twist kind of version. So what you're seeing here is the colorway Oasis. I got 2 balls of this, and they're showing here to have a very easy twist, so a very loose twist of their plies. And I'm seeing here that there's 2 main plies that seem to be wrapping around each other. And I'm getting rusty red, brown, teal in the Oasis, and that's what is giving me the vibes of a tapestry or something rich and opulent from some type of castle that you'll see hanging on a wall. I know where my brain goes, right, with colors. So let's read a little bit about the Big Twist Carousel. They're considering it a 4-weight yarn. Now, it is on the thicker side, so I'm going to give it more of an Aran weight. And because the grams versus the yards, meters, tells me a little bit about it being quite a thicker yarn. So in the 100-gram balls of this premium acrylic, I am getting 170 yards or 156 meters. Again, it's the 100% premium acrylic, and it's made in Turkey. It's got the Okiotech stamp of approval that it's had the testing against harmful substances, which is lovely to know. And here it's saying to use a 4.5 to 5 millimeter knitting needle or a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Washing instructions is to machine wash, low iron, do not bleach, and do not tumble dry, lay flat to dry. That's the washing instructions. What else can I tell you? I think that's it. Yep. Yeah, softness factor, 3.25, I think. So I got 2 balls of that. Interesting about this type of yarn that has the variegation in it is that each ball that you'll see me present slightly looks different, but they are the same balls of yarn because they've been wound differently. Put that in there. The next one you'll see probably more evident on the different colors, but they're the same colorway, they're just wound differently. This is the colorway Spring Air. Just going to double check. You are the same, because sometimes that says Spring Air and that says Spring Air. There we go. So Spring Air is more of the mint green, sort of a taupey pink color, and we are having more of a emerald green as well in there, and there's some pink in there too. So yeah, got 2 of those. Last one in the carousel, because it was my first time using it. I didn't want to go too crazy, and I do want to work with it, so yeah. They look so different, don't they? So these 2 are in the colorway Hyacinth. So I'm getting purples in here. There's like a lilac purple, a more blue purple, rose purple, and there's that pink kind of beige color, as well as the base that runs through. Yeah. And the second collection that I purchase from Joann, also on that discount for $4.99 Canadian, was the Big Twist Party Yarn. Now, I was visiting Crystal over at Bag a Day last year in April, I think it was, coming up to, wow, almost coming up to a year. And I saw this and I really wanted to get the party yarn. They had 3 balls left in the clearance section, and I had the feeling that they were going to discontinue it. So I grabbed at those, and only to learn that they've resurfaced again almost a full year later, and they're discounting them. So I grabbed at these ones, and here's my first one. It's called Big Twist Party. I've got 2 balls in this colorway. This colorway is called Beach. Some people might say that this is a bit busy. I would have to agree that you'd need to find the perfect fabric to make to celebrate this color arrangement. So maybe not the best yarn if you're looking to wow factor the stitch work of, like, say, shells or fanning, or perhaps maybe even some lace work or heavy involved pumped up puff stitches might not work well with this, but a simple stitch will celebrate the color. And I think that's where I've used it in garments before, like making fabric, and I found that just simple stitch work is probably the best for these colors. They do have the lovely blend that gradates from more richer to more faded, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to reusing these again. Let me tell you a little bit about the specs on the label. It's considered a 4-weight as well, but it's thinner than the Carousel, that's for sure. So if you're thinking of maybe mixing and blending colors from the Carousel and the party yarn, and you're concerned about like the thicknesses, I would say that you will find them different by visual, definitely by looking at them. This one is the thinner one of the two. 100 grams of 100% acrylic. I'm getting 240 yards. Oh, so, yeah, 240 yards or 220 meters. And this is also made in Turkey. They're suggesting here to use a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, or a 5 millimeter crochet hook, or a 4.5 millimeter knitting needle. The washing instructions are you can machine wash this, and to lay flat to dry, do not tumble dry. The colorway, I think I said it was Beach. Really nice. Softness factor of this one, it's sort of similar to the Carousel. It's not as fuzzy though. This one seems to be more of a neat yarn where the strands aren't throwing off too much of the fuzz, and I'm going to give it a 3.25 as well. The thing that I did when I think I knitted with this one, was it really is a loose plied yarn, and it's easy to unravel. So my suggestion for anyone who's having difficulty with splitting is try the reverse pull. If you are experiencing the splitting happening when you're pulling center, and you're kind of using your tension finger, the yarn's running across and twisting to get to your hook or your needles, and you're finding that it's unraveling, you're actually probably better to try it from the outside of the ball and give that a go, because it could be the way that the ball is twisting when you're feeding into the working needle or hook, that you might be unraveling it. So just to note, it happened to me as well, that I had to change my needle up to a duller tip, and I also had to start pulling from the opposite. I can't remember whether it was inside for me or outside, but I think it will change for people who are left or right-handed, to just give it a go, to try it from the other side if you're finding that it's unraveling on you. So yeah, 2 of those. $4.99 Canadian. I got it in this color here, and this one is called Waves, I think. Ocean. You had something to do with ocean, so we've had the beach and we've had the ocean, so it sounds like a nice day to me. And so nice that the next colorway tells the rest of the story. I stayed there all night, and this is the colorway called Daybreak. And that's where I stayed on the beach, watching the ocean, and saw daybreak. And the last one I got in this bag here, I got 4 of them. And this colorway is called Spiced Wine. Oh, maybe it was because I drank too much spiced wine that I stayed on the beach. There we go. There's a whole story in the colorway. Yes. Look at that color there. It's very rich, dark browns. There's browns of all types and a little bit of red in there, like a rusty red. So I got enough of this because I thought that the other balls looked very similar and I could blend them into a project together, whereas this one may go with Daybreak. I'm not sure because there's a little bit of the same brown in there along the way, but I thought I'd get 4 to make a bigger project. Yeah, so that concludes my shipment. Oh, sorry, I should take take a look at the shipment. For those who are interested on what I was charged for shipping, the shipping was $19 something Canadian, so under 20 bucks. I thought that was great for that whole box to be shipped to me. And they did charge me at the point of purchase some taxes for Canada, and that I think was like around $9 taxes. I wasn't charged anything extra, even though this is where I'm kind of like a little curious whether something's going to come later in the mail. They did ship it to me third party or private courier service like FedEx or DHL or UPS. They did choose one of those types of services to get it to me because it did rock up at my door in one of their specialized packages, and they weren't asking for any extra money. They didn't send me anything so far in the mail. So cross fingers that I dealt with all that stuff at the point of Joann's purchasing. And it's given me some confidence to try it again to maybe purchase some more sales from Joann's. But I'll let you know if I do receive something later down the way. For us Canadians, that's a big deterrent from purchasing because of that extra charge. And so yeah, we'll discuss more in the future if that happens. But for now, I'm really enjoying the yarn. I love what I selected. Let me know if you have a favorite colorway, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.